the sinister presence of Valak in the Hollow Church. The Hollow Church stood abandoned on the outskirts of the small town, a crumbling monument to forgotten faith. Its stained glass windows were shattered, its wooden doors hanging crookedly on rusted hinges. Yet, for all its decay, the church was not empty. Whispers of a sinister presence kept the townsfolk far from its shadow. For years, the church had been the subject of terrifying rumors. People claimed to see a figure in black wandering its halls at night, its face pale and eyes glowing with malevolence. Others spoke of screams that echoed through the empty building, the unmistakable sound of despair. Lydia, a freelance journalist with a fascination for the paranormal, couldn't resist investigating. Armed with a flashlight, a recorder, and her notebook, she ventured into the Hollow Church on a moonless night. The air grew colder as she approached, the oppressive silence making her footsteps sound deafening. As Lydia pushed the heavy door open, it groaned loudly, the sound reverberating through the cavernous interior. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the faint scent of decay lingered. Her flashlight illuminated rows of broken pews, their wood warped and splintered. At the far end, the altar stood shrouded in shadow, its once pristine marble now cracked and stained. "Just an old church," Lydia whispered to herself, trying to quell the unease creeping into her chest. She began recording, describing the eerie atmosphere and the state of the building. But as she walked deeper into the church, her flashlight flickered. The air grew colder still, and a low, guttural whisper reached her ears. "Who dares enter my domain?" Lydia froze, her heart pounding. The voice was unmistakably real and filled with venom. She turned towards the source of the sound, her flashlight revealing a figure emerging from the shadows. It was cloaked in black, its face pale and ghastly, framed by a nun's habit. "Valak," Lydia breathed, the name slipping from her lips like a curse. The demon's glowing eyes locked on hers, and a cruel smile spread across its face. "You seek answers? You shall have them, at a cost." The air around Lydia seemed to solidify, pressing against her chest and stealing her breath. The walls of the church seemed to warp, the once decaying structure now alive with shifting shadows. Voices filled the air, crying, pleading, and screaming. Lydia stumbled backward, clutching her recorder like a talisman. I didn't mean to intrude," she stammered. Valak advanced, its form towering and menacing. "The price for trespass is eternal torment," it hissed. The demon raised a hand, and the shadows surged forward like living entities, clawing at Lydia's legs and arms. In desperation, Lydia reached into her pocket and pulled out a small crucifix she had brought for protection. Holding it aloft, she screamed, "Leave me! In the name of God!" The crucifix glowed brightly, and Valak let out an ear-piercing shriek. The shadows recoiled and the oppressive force lifted. Taking her chance, Lydia turned and ran, her footsteps echoing in the hollow chamber. She burst out of the church, gasping for air as the night seemed to return to normal. But as she looked back, she saw Valak standing at the entrance, its glowing eyes watching her. Lydia never spoke of her encounter, but she left the recorder running as she fled. When she played it back later, the whispers of Valak's voice and the cries of the shadows sent chills down her spine. The hollow church remained abandoned, a cursed place no one dared to approach. But on certain nights, a sinister laughter could be heard, echoing through the empty halls, a reminder of the demon that still ruled within.